Hey friend, it is Kate here. Thank you so much for jumping on my channel and joining me for class today. Now I have got a fabulous class for upper body. For any of my friends out there that are often sitting at a computer, or maybe you've been on a plane for a long period of time or just hunched over, scrolling on our phone, this is a really wonderful way to help open up our body to work on that posture. It's really accessible to all levels. It doesn't matter how intense of an athlete you are. We can always concentrate on these kind of smaller, more restorative exercises for us to do to help with our posture. Now I am using a Theraband, one of those nice resistance bands. Yours certainly doesn't have to be the Theraband kind. If you've got another brand, totally fine. Sometimes they're these long ones and sometimes they're tubular shaped ones. I prefer these ones personally, but you do you. Anywho, roll out your mat and let's get started. So let's grab our band. As I said, we're going to be using it today, and all I want us to do is just lay it across your lap right now. If you don't want to sit cross-legged like I am, you can sit however really you want to. What's important right now is sitting up tall and straight in our body, lifting our head up a little higher. Take your hands off side to side or even on top of your thighs, whatever feels better, and just roll your shoulders back, waking up your upper body a little bit. A couple of times going backwards, and then a couple of times going forwards. And then inhale, just lift your shoulders straight up to your ears. Exhale, let them slide down the back. Again, inhale, let them rise on up. Exhale, let them soften down. One more time, big inhale, reach them up. Exhale all the way down. And now I want you to touch your shoulders and just move your elbows around, circling those elbows all the way around, almost making like the size of a dinner plate. And then reverse other way. And then let that go, and this time circle your whole arms around a couple of times. Maybe you're worried you've got plants behind you and you're going to run into them like I am. I hope not. Reverse the other way. And then just let that go, and already take a moment to notice how your upper body's feeling. Any difference? Hopefully maybe a little bit more loose, a little more awake. Now grab that Theraband or our resistance band, whatever you want to call it, and hold it about as wide as your shoulders, maybe a little bit wider than that, and just send them straight out and apart. All I want us to do right here, a couple of times, take a big inhale. Exhale, tone your belly, lift your head up higher, pretend I'm holding to your ears, and then about 5 to 8 times, I just want you to part the band and let it go. Exhale, part the band. Inhale, let it go. A couple more times. And as you open and close, do you feel any tension across your chest? Can you almost think of pulling your shoulders apart? It's as if little strings are attached to you right here, reaching, lengthening, opening up across the chest. A couple more times just like that. Good. Now from here, allow your arms to come back to that natural spot. Take a great big inhale, lift your hands up. Exhale, bring them down. Inhale, lift your hands up. Exhale, bring them down. Take it at your own pace, in your own time. No hurry, no rush. Notice as your hands come up over your head, do you have to part the band? There's no right or wrong answer, just we're paying attention to what's going on. Now this time, start to take your arms back behind you a little bit further. Now I'm thinking of the back of my hands, the back of my hands right there, kind of pressing towards the wall behind me and then letting it go. I'm going to turn this way so you can see a little bit better, but I'm just reaching my arms back and then sending them forward. And now a lot of times I do talk about not splaying at the ribs. I am not really concerned if that's happening currently. The only thing I would be concerned about is if you're splaying so much that you're dumping into your low back and we're finding any strain in our lumbar spine. In that case, we'd want to go a little bit smaller. No hurry, no rush. Last time, press them as far back as you want to, whatever feels good in your body. And then about 5 times, all I want us to do is bend our elbows like a little cactus, a little goalpost, and then punch our arms back up to the sky. Exhale, bend. Inhale, reach it up. 3 more times, exhale, bend. Inhale, reach. 2 more, bend. Lift it on up. Last time, little bend and hold. Now I'm not only thinking about reaching the back of my hands, but my elbows, my forearms towards the wall behind me. Again, it's almost like I'm trying to open up across my pecs. Sit up taller, sit up straighter, take a great big inhale. As you exhale, take a little twist to the right. Maybe even look over that right shoulder. Slowly bring yourself back to center. Look over the other side, twist to the opposite direction. Slowly back to center. Maybe once or twice more. No hurry, no rush. Just do whatever feels good in your own body. And then slowly bring yourself back to center. Great big full inhale. Exhale, tone the belly. Inhale, lift your hands up and over. Give yourself a little wiggle. How are we feeling? Any differences in our body so far? Sit up taller, sit up straighter. Reach those arms out again. Send them up overhead. And now this time, if we'd like to, go ahead and circle your arms as far back as you can. Now our shoulders, just like our hips, are incredibly different from person to person. So you might not go as far as I do. Maybe I have more mobility, or maybe you do, and you can keep your hands closer together as you circle them around. You're not parting your band quite as much. You're doing fabulous wherever you are. No hurry, no rush. Just keep moving around in your shoulders, finding a little mobility. Maybe there are a few sticky spots. If there's a spot that you want to hold, or maybe you don't want to go as far back, that's absolutely fine. No rush whatsoever. Also, if you notice that your, hands, your grip is a little rough right here, what we can do to make that better is to take your hand out and wrap it in. That way you're holding the wrapped part and you've got a little bit more, oh my goodness, help for your grip. It's not quite so much just on your hand. Once or twice more, just like that. You might even want to punch them back and hold for a moment, rolling the shoulders, lift your sternum. Imagine a little string attached to your sternum, pulling it forward. Take a great big inhale. Big deep breath out. Inhale, swim your hands up and over. Now this is a little bit funny, but we call this shoulder flossing. I start with my arms straight out in front of me, and I want you to pretend like this is no longer a band. We can't bring our hands together. It's a rod. You're keeping your hands about the same distance apart the whole time. Take one hand up. Now keep reaching that hand up behind me. I want you to think about punching that arm to the back corner of the room behind you. Your other hand has to follow. So my right hand right now is going to the back right corner of the room, while my left hand is reaching up, 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 up. Now I can hold right here for a moment, but eventually I'm gonna let my left hand take the lead. It punches itself all the way down and I follow the other hand. We're gonna go the opposite direction. So now I'm lifting my left hand up. It's reaching towards the back left corner of the room while my right arm is going up, 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 up to the sky. Hold right there for a second. Lift that hand up. Come out of your sitting bones just a little bit more. Take a big inhale and then slowly let that follow. No hurry, no rush. Gently bring it all the way down. Let's keep going. So it's almost like you're making a great big figure 8 too. You can kind of think of it that way. Sometimes finding the right imagery for the movement you're doing is more important than anything else. Just move through those shoulders. Now, as I lift and lower, I'm kind of letting my shoulders go wherever they want to. I'm going to turn around so you can see what the back of my body is looking like. But as I go back, I kind of let my shoulders pop around as I pull them forward. It feels nice to even kind of round forward to lift up and press back. You might want to go through that faster. You might want to go through that slower. You might want to stay with one arm reaching back, lifting the other one up, maybe even tipping back a little bit. We're just, again, kind of flossing through our shoulder blades, getting a little extra mobility there. Sometimes it's not about doing it in the exact same spot that I am or, looking exactly like I am, but really just finding whatever feels good in your body. Last time in either direction, even yourself out. And then slowly let that go. Go ahead and wiggle, move around. Maybe if you need to wiggle the fingers a little bit because gripping can be a lot, that's okay. And then from here, we're gonna keep our grip right where it is so our palms are pressing down, but I want you to circle your hands in once, so now they're up, and then do it one more time. So we've got just a little bit of space between our hands in that little guy. Now snuggle your elbows into your sides, or roll your shoulders back, sit up taller and straighter, and give that a great big grip. Now from here, all I want us to do is part the band without letting our elbows go off to the side. We're not little chickens here today. We're hugging our elbows in. Take a great big inhale. Exhale, part the band. Inhale, bring it back. Exhale, part the band. Inhale, bring it back. Now, as you open and close your arms at your own pace, are you letting your shoulders cave in? Could we open them? Could we kiss our shoulder blades together behind our body? Could we lift our head up a little higher? Maybe put a smile on your face because you know you're doing such good things for your posture. You're doing absolutely fabulous. 2 more. Exhale, open. Inhale, release. Exhale, open. Inhale, release. Last one, open, hold. Reach your fist as far away from you as you can. Take a great big inhale. Now as you exhale, punch your arms out and away. Reach the band out in front of you and then drag it back in. Extend your arms out and away and then drag it back in. No hurry, no rush. Take all the time you need. You are doing wonderfully. No hurry. Slow and steady wins the race in this one, my friends, for sure. Last one, we're gonna send those arms out and hold, and just like we started our class, we're gonna part the band. Now, there's a lot more tension there, so we might not go as far. We might need to take a break. That's okay, but take a big inhale. Exhale, part the band. Inhale, bring it in. Exhale, part the band. Inhale, drag it in. 3 more times, reach it open. Let it go. 2 more, reach it open. Let it go. Last one, reach it open, hold. Kiss those shoulder blades in, sit up taller, sit up straighter. Great big full inhale. I want you to kind of pulse your hands away from each other 5 times. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, pause. Do it again. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, pause. One more time. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Take a breath. And slowly let that go. Unravel your hands. We're going to set that guy down just for a few moments while we do a few other things. And we're going to come up to our hands and our knees. Now, you may or may not have heard me say this. If we have sensitive wrists, you can always roll your mat up and put the heels of your hands on that little roll so we've lessened that little extension of our wrist right there, whatever feels better for you. But go ahead and fan those fingertips out nice and wide. It should feel nice after gripping for a while. And in fact, we might even want to lift up and lower on our hands a few times, kind of almost peeling from the heel of your hand up to your fingertips, back and forth. Even that out. And then press both hands down. Pause for a moment. Pull your belly button up and in. Lengthen through the small of your back. And I want you to circle your shoulders around. Again, just moving in those shoulder blade areas, noticing, ooh, do we want to go one way and then the other way? Do we want to keep going in that one direction? There's no one right or wrong way to do it. It's all about finding what works for your body. Now pause for a moment, belly button up and in. Take a great big inhale. As you exhale, I want you to reach your fingers towards that front edge of the mat. Now I'm just barely touching. I'm not putting any weight on that hand. I am thinking about in my other arm, lifting out and away and broadening across my chest right here. From here, I want you to flip your palm up to the sky. The idea is that we do not want to lose any of that rotation. You're trying to keep your palm kind of pancaked up to the sky. Take a great big inhale. Exhale, lift the arm up. Inhale, drop it down. Now, as you lift and lower, only go so high up that you don't lose that rotation. So if we come up to here and you start to let that thumb kind of point upwards, just stop at whatever point works for you. But I want you to think of pulling that belly button in, pancaking that hand up, and dropping it down. 2 more. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Last one, lift and hold. Now keep reaching those fingertips nice and far away. All I want you to do from here is inhale, open your thumb off to the side, So we're in a little diagonal V with that hand. Exhale, pull it straight back in front of you. Inhale, open it off to the side. Exhale, bring it in front of you. 3 more times at your own pace. Notice, are you letting yourself kind of hunch forward? Could we broaden across our chest a little bit more? Last time, bring it right back in front of you. Take a big inhale. Let that palm go, set it down. Again, let's roll through our shoulders. Maybe even cat and cow here. You can always find any creative movement that feels good for you. No hurry, no rush. And then when you're ready, extend the opposite hand out. For me, that's my left. Maybe you did the other side, and that's okay. Flip the palm up. Before we go anywhere, zip up through the front of the body, lengthen through the small of the back. Take a great big inhale. Exhale, float the hand up. Inhale, drop it down. Exhale, pancake that hand up. Inhale, drop it down. No hurry, no rush whatsoever. In your own pace, at your own time. Still thinking about lifting up and away from the hand on the floor. It's almost like you're trying to reach not only that hand up, but your whole entire arm, your whole chest is trying to pull away from the mat. Last one, lift the hand up, hold. Now again, your hand might be lower than it was on the first side. We're not totally even. That's a-okay. Inhale, slide your hand open. Exhale, tone your belly, pull it in. Inhale, slide the hand open. Exhale, bring it right back in. The whole time we're here, we're still thinking about our low body, those abdominal muscles. Everything is working, not just our upper body. Last time, open out. Bring it in, hold, take a breath. Flip the palm, set it down. And again, let's roll around in our shoulders. Maybe shake it side to side. And then again, we're going to lift up our right hand, pressing away from the left, and take a great big stretch. Reach those fingertips up, maybe give them a big wiggle, and no hurry, no rush. But I want you to thread the needle. Drop your right shoulder down and your right ear. And from here, just let yourself relax. Think about parting the space between your shoulder blades. Maybe move around, maybe wiggle a little bit. You could even crawl your left hand forward if that feels good in your body. Remember, you don't have to look exactly like I do. It's about finding your stretch, your time here on the mat. And then when you're ready, bring that hand in, press down, unravel, swivel that hand way up to the sky, and set it down. Same thing other side. I'm going to press into my right hand, lift my left hand high, take a great big stretch. Oh, that feels good on this side for me. And then thread the needle, dropping down. And again here, you might notice, what do I want to do different on this side? Do I want to swivel my hips around? Sometimes I do cue making sure your hips are even. I'm not super concerned about that right now in this stretch. It does feel very good for me to lengthen my supporting right arm away, but you might not want to. Do what works for you. And then slowly pull that hand in, press down, unravel, reach that guy all the way up to the sky, and bring yourself right back down. Let's roll through our shoulders once or twice more. And then from here, we are going to come up to standing. Once we are up to standing, all I want you to do is hold the band once more with your hands a little bit wider than your shoulders. Bring your left hand to your left hip and take your right hand over. Now, did you cave in immediately? Could we roll our shoulders back? Could we sit up taller or stand up taller and straighter? And from here, I want you to think of pointing your elbow away from you and then pulling the band apart and then bending and then putting that back down. So we're just kind of reaching our arm out and away from us and slowly bringing it back down. Now, you may have kept the band at the same distance I told you to, but if we want something a little bit more challenging, you could always walk your hand in so you've got more tension or less tension there. It's really about following what feels good in your body right now. Let's do 2 more just like that. And then this next time, reach your arm out and hold. Punch that hand away. Soften your shoulder down. Pull your belly button in. Remember, you can always bend your knees if you feel like you are locking out or dumping into your lumbar spine. But from here, I want you to reach that hand that's out and away as far as you can. And then we're going to do tiny little circles around for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Reverse. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. pause. Go again. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Last time around. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it there. Take a great big breath. Drop it halfway down so it's right in front of your shoulders. Exhale, lift it straight back up. Inhale, halfway down. Exhale, tone the belly, lift it right back up. 3 more. Take it at your own pace. No hurry, no rush. You are doing absolutely fabulously. Last one, send it right out in front of you, stay. Now this time, instead of going up to that diagonal line, we're just gonna reach straight out to the side of us and then drag it right back in front of us. Exhale, pull it off to the side. Inhale, let it return. Exhale, tone the tummy, reach it off. Inhale, let it return. 3 more times at your own pace, at your own time. You are doing absolutely wonderfully. Last one, open, close. Bring it on in, and now we're going to switch to the other side. So right hand to right hip, left hand across, and we'll start with pointing our elbow, extending our hand out, and then reaching it back inside. Exhale, elbow points and reaches. Inhale, pull it back in. Fabulous. What do you notice different from one side to the other? Do you feel like your shoulder is climbing up to your ear? Can we kiss our shoulder blades together? Can we broaden across our chest a little bit more? Do whatever you need to. Maybe you want to stand in front of a mirror as you do this one. Since this is all about our upper body, you could try that later and just see what happens in your shoulder. Sometimes it's nice to get that visual cue from yourself, yes? Now, next time, reach that hand up and stay. Punch it out and away, shoulders down, top of the head high. Maybe again, bend those knees if we're locking out. And tiny circle time. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, pause, reverse, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, pause, again, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, pause, last time, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, big inhale. And then from here, we drop it down right in front of us and swim it on out. It's that little halfway spot, trying to keep our arms so long, so straight the whole time. No bending of the elbow here whatsoever. Excellent job. A few more times, opening and closing. And remember, you might do a few more, a few less from one side to the other. It's okay. We're never going to be perfect. Bring it in front of you. Hold. And now from here, we're just opening it straight off to the side to a little T and then bringing it back in front of us. Swimming that hand open and then bring it on back. Fabulous job. Open and close just a couple more times. Take all the time in the world you need. Last one, reach that hand open, bring it close, hold, take a breath, and relax, shake, wiggle it out. Now, take your hands a little bit wider than your shoulders, and let's wrap them in once or twice just so we've got a better grip on it. And I want you to swim your hands over and around. If it feels nice to do that a couple of times, because that's always a lovely stretch, go ahead. But from here, I want you to stand up tall and straight, belly button in, and then let's all put a bend in our knees just so we know we're not locking out here. Roll those shoulders back, tone your belly, broaden across your chest. Now, my fists are facing kind of towards, the back of my hands are facing towards the wall. My fists are punching down. My palms are facing you. That's important for us right here, so I want that done correctly. Fists down, back of the hands towards the wall, palms towards me. And then from here, all we're going to do is, again, big, deep inhale. Exhale, part the band. Inhale, bring it back. Exhale, part the band. Inhale, bring it back. Now it can be easy to collapse forward. I want you to keep those shoulders reaching nice and wide the entire time we're doing this. 2 more. Exhale, part it. Inhale, release. Exhale, part it. Inhale, release. Now this time, part the band, hold. I'm going to turn this way just so you can see. I'm really reaching those fists nice and far away from me. Take a big inhale. Exhale, lift them a little bit up behind you, and then bring it right back down. Keep that band parted at the same distance. You're keeping a nice amount of resistance on it the whole time. We're not letting it open and close willy-nilly. We are controlling it. We are keeping it that same space from hand to hand the whole time. 2 more times. Lift, drop it down, lift, drop it down. Last one, lift it about halfway up and stay. Punch those hands away from one another. Take a great big inhale. Exhale, part it a little more. Inhale, release. Exhale, part it a little more. Inhale, release. Wonderful. Exhale, reach. Let it go. 2 more, reach. Let it go. Last one, open, hold. Belly button up and in. Take one more big, deep inhale. Soften it down. Swim your hands up and over. Release the band. Wiggle out those fingers. Maybe clasp them together. Roll the wrist both directions. It can feel nice to shake out the fingertips after that, or almost like you're flicking water off your fingers. Give them a little roll. And then from here, I want you to take your right hand across your chest. Now, a lot of times I see people shove their arm in. I want you to hold in the middle between your elbow and your shoulder and give it a light hug while you soften the shoulder down. You're just lightly squeezing it into your body. Nothing too big, nothing too crazy. I'm actually thinking about reaching my right fingertips towards the front left corner of the room from here, while my right shoulder is reaching towards the back right corner of the room. Take a breath. Release. Shake that little guy out. Same thing, other side. Take it across your body, hold right in between your elbow and your shoulder, and give it a small hug. Now, I'm still thinking about shoulder blades kissing together behind my body, fingertips reaching off, shoulders in the opposite direction, top of the head nice and high, and let it go. Now this time, take your hand up and over. What I want you to think about is that elbow pointing straight up to the sky. Maybe you hug it in, maybe that's enough. From here, sometimes it feels nice to take a great big lateral stretch over. We don't have to do that if we're not in the mood today. And let that go. Same thing, other side. Elbow is pointing straight up. Maybe hug that arm in a little bit more. You might have more or less range of motion. Remember, both sides are different. And then a little stretch over to the side. And let it go. Give yourself a little extra shake, a little extra wiggle. And as always, give yourself a great big pat on the back. Thank yourself for doing something so good and just for you. I certainly hope you enjoyed class today, and I can't wait to see you again.